Okay, in this section, we're going to talk about the number one thing that you could do that might look like a quick win. It looks like, oh, it's just support. It's supporting your account. It's helping it grow, but could actually hurt and just kill your account in the long term. So, we're going to talk about fake engagement, what that really means, what buying followers is, what engagement bots are, engagement groups, and just all of the things. Because if you're trying to build a real creator business, you can't chase fake engagement and expect real results. There are so many platforms out, especially now, and brands know when you're faking engagement, when it's elevated. The platforms can pull a full report that shares if you gained a spike of followers, if any posts led those followers, because Instagram can track, did they come to your profile from the story? Did they come to your profile from the explore page, from an ad? Like they can track all of that, and brands can pay not that much money to get that back end results on so many creators. There is a lot that goes into it and a lot on the back end that brands can see before you even send them over screenshots. Really, they're just verifying that their reports are correct. So we want to always lead with real engagement. I would rather you get 10 likes versus 1,000 fake likes. Like, yes, there might be a few brands that you can fool, or you might bypass something buying it that way. It will never work out in the long run. I promise you. Okay, let's talk about giveaways. I'm not talking about small intentional giveaways with a brand where it makes sense in your niche, your audience, or you're doing a giveaway. I'm talking about the massive follow to enter giveaways that a ton of creators buy into, or a celebrity post, large accounts post it, and people have to follow everyone to enter. You usually have to go to this giveaway page. There's like 100 people there. You have to follow them all. That is buying followers, and it's technically illegal. It violates all of the FTC guidelines. It violates all of Meta guidelines. They get their work around it. A lot of creators do it. It is so hurtful for your account. I promise you, you are not growing in the way that you think you are. You may gain 10,000 followers from that giveaway after spending 3 grand on a giveaway entry, but you are going to tank your results. You are no longer going to have engaged audience even see your content because it's just not going to show up on their algorithm. It is not worth it. Yes, it could be so quick. Yes, it would look so nice to have those numbers, but you will lose everything. You will lose your engaged audience. You will lose your conversions. You'll lose your affiliate sales, and ultimately, you'll lose your brand deals. The part that I want you to really understand is that you are not just adding followers, you are changing the overall quality of your entire audience and algorithm. And brands can see that. Brands know when numbers do not make sense. They know when an account has a large following but low quality comments. They know when engagement looks inflated. And the longer that we are in this industry and we are doing this on a day to day, it becomes so easy to spot and it's really hard to hide. They know when someone has clearly been a part of giveaways, pods, or engagement groups. There are, like I said, so many platforms that you can track if you had spiked followers on a certain week without a viral post or comment. They can see if your USA following starts falling below 50%. And something to keep in mind with that is if your USA following is only 40 to 50%, and you have 100,000 followers, you're not reaching 100,000 followers. Especially if your engagement rate is only 1%. If you have a 1% engagement rate, a 60% foreign audience, who do you think that you're reaching in that 1%? Brands can do the math. You're likely not even reaching USA followers at that point that could even purchase from you. Or you're relying so heavily on engagement pods that brands know that when you go and post, it's just going to be 100 of creators commenting on it that is probably just going to hit them up for a collaboration. So they're actually going to get zero return on investment and instead going to have to spend more money with more creators that are just reaching out to them trying to get that collab. Engagement groups might feel harmless at first. A group of creators all agree to like and comment on each other's posts, and on the surface, it looks like support. But if you are in groups where there's 100 people that are required to comment, or everyone is dropping in posts with rules about who needs to engage, that's not real engagement. That is manufactured engagement, and it is also illegal. It violates the FTC, it violates Instagram terms, and it also violates your contracts. So when you are working with a brand, you should look at your contracts because there is 9 out of 10 times a clause in there that says you cannot manufacture engagement, and engagement groups are manufactured engagement. If a brand is looking at your post and sees 120 comments that all say, love this, so cute, amazing, this space is everything, I love this space, love your dress, so fun, that doesn't tell them that your audience is interested, especially if they all have blue check marks, right? It says, meh, they all commented within the last 24 hours. They're probably a part of an engagement group. And you can see below, I have a screenshot from an agency only group chat that has hundreds of agencies and brands in there for the sole purpose of brand collaborations that say their number one red flag when it's just tons of other creators that are commenting on their post. 10 quality comments from real followers asking questions, showing support, or just overall interest is so much more valuable than 120 empty comments from other creators that are just trying to hit their engagement requirement for that day. I know it might feel frustrating because fake engagement can make a post look busier, it looks better, but busy does not mean valuable, and brands know that. Brands care about the quality of the conversation, and they notice, like, wow, this may be a smaller creator, but she gets a lot of comments that are pretty organic by non-creators, by everyday people. That is why going out and hitting the explore page and hitting other people's posts and just staying active in the comments is a really great way to bring in that audience who then is going to engage naturally on your content. The same time that you could be doing engagement groups, you could be instead spending time building real relationships with your own audience. You could be responding to your own comments, answering DMs, going down the explore page, or engaging with people in your niche. You could be commenting on posts where your ideal audience already is. And honestly, engagement groups take way more time than people even want to admit. You are spending all of this time following rules, commenting back on posts, doing all of this that you could instead be spending that time on building your own business. It does not build your business to go do an engagement drop. It does build your business responding to your own comments, responding to DMs, sending DMs, leaving comments on other people's posts, DMing brands, utilizing the explore page. That same amount of time that you're doing engagement drops just because you want to elevate comments could be used in actually building your business. And if you leave quality comments and like engagement on other people's posts, they're likely to come back and do the same to you. Go have an engagement strategy for when you post. Do not rely on engagement pods. Even if you have a massive brand deal, a brand is not going to be impressed if you turn in a post that has 35 comments and they're all from other influencers. It's going to be like, we got nothing from this. This is not our audience. They are going to be reaching out to us for a collaboration. Nobody purchased from it. Like it doesn't look great. So spend more time building out that real authentic engagement that you can maximize your return, that you can utilize and leverage to build more income for you than doing these quick things like giveaways, engagement groups, all of those things. It will ruin your reputation. It will ruin your account. And overall, it's just not something that is going to have you succeed in the long run.